Hi, my name is Peter Gazdick, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself, where I live, my family, my hobbies, and what's important to me. I am a bit of a straight talker who's been told that he's a little too serious for his own good. Luckily, I have a lighter, more comedic side to me that helps balance me out and make life more fun. I live in Burlington, Ontario, Canada, and recently sold a property nearby in what I felt was a bubbly housing market, opting to rent ever since. The sale of my property allowed me to do a few things: pay off some debts, put money in the bank, buy some basics for survival, which lend themselves to camping and hunting, and unchain myself from a mortgage before interest rates climbed to more historic norms. Also, my employer at the time was doing a reorganization, which I felt would threaten my job. It did, and luckily I was given a decent severance package, which I had hoped and planned for, because my role as a software quality assurance tester was absolutely meaningless to me. It was not a calling, nor did it lend itself to one, and moving on was the best thing to do. My family growing up consisted of my parents and my two younger brothers and I, and we were raised in and lived in a neighborhood southwest of Toronto. It was a good neighborhood. We had good friends. We had lots of fun as in our youth, and often played at a nearby creek. My family, I'm now 41. I've been married to my wife for over 18 years. She's from Miami, Florida, USA. We met online on a dating site. People always get a kick out of hearing that. And we have three great, albeit nutty, children who I love to play toys with, but haven't done so in a long time, unfortunately. As far as hobbies I've had in my life, I used to really like Transformer toys. My kids pretty much have my collection now. And I really liked the cartoon show growing up as a kid. But the toys themselves were what really interested me. They were like puzzles, transforming a robot to a vehicle, and then sometimes combining multiple robots into a bigger robot was just something that I thought was so cool. I also collected comic books sporadically, Batman being my favorite. I just thought it was amazing that a guy with no powers, through determination, could acquire the strength and skills and intellect that he did to always do good and help people and never give up. I think it inspired me to do good and want to help others in my life. As far as what's important to me, doing what is right is important to me. If I fail, I try to make up for my mistakes, and learn from them and not repeat them, and try to instill how important it is to do this to my family. Once doing the right thing almost cost me my life when I was saving a drowning friend. We had gone swimming at a local beach. He became fatigued very quickly and looked at me. He said, "Help." And before I knew it, he just went under the water and he was gone. And I dove for him. I was just barely able to get a handful of his hair, pulled him up to the surface. As soon as we broke the surface, he started climbing on top of me in some kind of panic, and he almost killed me doing that. I remember thinking to myself, I'm going to die, and I was terrified. And I remember thinking, all I have to do is let him go and I'll live. And neither of those options were acceptable to me, so I dug deep and managed to outmaneuver him and get us both to safety. And I'm really glad I didn't give up on either of us that day. Another thing that's important to me is being capable and smart. It's one of the reasons I opted to homeschool my children, specifically with the Ron Paul curriculum, which I feel is excellent. I myself am taking the business and public speaking courses, and in hopes of learning how to find my calling and how to run businesses. The first business venture I'd be very interested in undertaking would be the Ron Paul Curriculum Affiliate Program. I have met many families over the years that expressed an interest in homeschooling but felt they couldn't undertake it. I feel with this curriculum they could. It's easy to implement, it's online, it's largely self-taught after the third grade, and it's academically rigorous. Yet it's still a very good deal. It's cheaper than tutoring. In conclusion, I'd like to say that I hope that you have a bit of a better feel for who I am and what's important to me. And I'd also like to leave you with a quote from Edmund Burke. All that is necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men do nothing. So do something good.